Hello, I'm Gail Ellis and welcome to PEPELT, Picture Books in European Primary English Language Teaching. And our theme for June 2020 is tolerance, to coincide with the United Nations World Refugee Day on June 20th. And our book of the month is The Suitcase by Chris Naylor-Ballesteros, published by Nosy Crow in 2019. It's a story about being kind to others, about hope and trust, and about welcoming and acceptance. It's also a story about the importance of home, which Chris Naylor-Ballesteros describes as so fundamentally a part of our sense of self. In terms of English language teaching, it's a great picture book for helping children differentiate between narrative and dialogue, because as Sandy explained, the dialogue is printed in different colours to link it to each of the characters. It's also a great picture book for giving children practice in asking questions, because they'll have so many questions that they'll want to ask this creature, this stranger, the new arrival. Who is he or she? Where is he from? Why is he here? What's in his suitcase? How does he feel? How can we welcome him? So I talk about multi-literacies, and the suitcase can be used to develop emotional literacy as the children read the facial expressions and body language and empathise with the main character. The reality is that these are the established creatures, a rabbit, a bird and a fox, and the new arrival represents the unknown or a threat to them. And the fox is particularly distrustful. They ask him what he's got in his suitcase. Hi, hi there, what's in your suitcase? My suitcase? Well, there's a teacup. Teacup? It's a big suitcase for a little teacup. Yes, I suppose it is. But there's a table for my teacup and a wooden chair for me to sit on too. There's a table and a chair in your suitcase? Impossible. Well, it's his suitcase, but a table and a chair? Really? Yes, and there's a little kitchen in a wooden cabin where I make my tea. That's my home. So the fox, who, as I say, is particularly distrustful, well, I don't trust him. How do we know he's telling the truth? There's only one way to find out. He persuades the other animals to open the case while the creature is sleeping. Despite the objections from Rabbit, you can't do that, it's not ours. And look at his body language, his hands out, contesting, and his facial expression here. But they do break it open, and inside they find a broken teacup and a picture or a photograph of the creature's previous home, and notice that it's in sepia to represent his previous life. So they actually recognize the wrongs of their actions, and while he's sleeping, they mend the teacup, and we have this extremely powerful image, like a close-up of the teacup spreading across over the double spread on this white background. Very powerful. And they apologize. I'm sorry I broke your suitcase. We fixed it as best we could, and we've been busy while you were sleeping. We hope you like it. And they've built him a new cabin, a new home. Thank you. It's perfect. There's just one tiny problem. So great opportunity here for prediction. What could the tiny problem be? We're going to need more teacups. And the final page shows two pictures hanging in his cabin, his previous life depicted in sepia, and his new life here with his friends, sharing his cup of tea in colour. So, as I say, a great book for children to read emotions, facial expressions and body language, but I think mainly to empathise with this creature. what must it have been like to have undertaken such a long journey with so few belongings? Why did he have to undertake that journey? What does he feel like arriving in a new place and being the newcomer? So we can see that there are connections here with the refugee experience. But Chris Naylor-Ballesteros explains in his blog that he didn't set out to write a story explicitly about a refugee. He goes on to say, although it can be open to that interpretation, I also think it could apply to any unexpected arrival that needs help and acceptance, but might disturb established relationships and situations. The child that suddenly arrives out of nowhere at your school in the middle of term, the new family in your street who are apprehensive and shy, and of course the person who is fleeing poverty or war and has taken a huge risk to find stability and shelter. I hoped my stranger could be seen as any of these things. So thank you, Chris Naylor-Ballesteros and Nosy Crow, for this very powerful picture book. I'd just like to bring your attention to the inside front cover, where you've got a QR code, which if you scan, you can listen to an audio reading of the story. There's also a fantastic trailer with very powerful music, which you could play to the children either before or after you share the picture book with them. And we are producing one of our PEPELT mini picture book e-lessons, which we will share with you shortly on our website. And as Sandy said, we are honoured to be a finalist in the British Council Elton's Awards as part of the Innovation in Teacher Resources category. So this is our last book for this academic year. We're looking forward to hearing from Tasha and Annetta next. Thank you for listening to me, and I wish you a very happy and peaceful summer, and we will see you again next academic year in October. Bye-bye.